Okay, so yesterday you had an opportunity to find some patterns that happen with exponents, and now we're going to take each one of those different patterns and focus on one at a time. So the first one we're going to talk about is the product of powers, or when you take two powers and multiply them together. So first let's talk a little bit about vocabulary. This whole thing is considered a power, where 2 is your base, and the squared, the little 2, is your exponent. Okay, so a power refers to the whole thing, so the product of two powers, and the exponents are just the number at the top. Okay, the bottom number is your base. All right, so here I have 2 squared, so I'm going to do 2 times 2. Then I have 2 to the 5th, so there should be 5 2's. So total I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2's. Okay, yesterday, hopefully, the pattern you found for that is that you could take 2 plus 5. Okay, that's the shortcut. Now, when in doubt, you are always welcome to expand it to find this answer. You don't have to know the rule to get this correct answer, but the rule does help you shorten the process. So if I know it's just 2 plus 5, then I don't have to spend my time writing it out, which would also get me 2 to the 7th. Powers must have the same base to use this rule. That's very important. So in this case, both my bases are 2. They're the same number. If I had something like 2 squared times 3 to the 5th, then this would not work. This does not equal 6 to the 7th sometimes we'll get. This is not possible. Okay? All right, so some examples. 6 squared times 6 to the 4th, I can take 2 plus 4, which is 6 to the 6th power. Here, what sometimes trips students up is that they think there's no exponent here, so it must be a 0, but you do have one z, so it is z to the 1st power. So I have 1 plus 12 is 13. All right, remember here we have to keep in mind that we have to use the same base. So here I have x squared and x to the 7th. Those are the same base. They're both x. So it's like they are like terms if you want to think of it that way. And here I have my y's. So they're going to be two separate pieces. I have 2 plus 7 for x, and for y, I have 1 plus 3. So my answer would be x to the 9th, y to the 4th. When you have coefficients or numbers in front of your exponents, like here I have 5 and 3, that is not part of this power, okay? The x's are separate. So how I can rearrange this is I can put 5 times 3 times x to the 4th times x to the 10th, okay? I'm going to multiply 5 and 3 together like normal. 5 times 3 is 15. And then when you multiply these together, you're adding the exponents. So our final answer would be 15x to the 14th power. All right, a couple more examples of that same type. Again, I have some coefficients, some numbers in front. So this is a -1. This is a 5. So I'm going to rearrange it so that I have -1 times 5 times a squared times a cubed. So this, if I multiply it together, would be -5. Then I have to add my exponents. So I have -5a to the 5th power. Same thing down here. I'm going to multiply 6 and 2 like normal. Then I still have x cubed times x, which is really to the 1st power. 6 times 2 is 12. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we have 12x to the 4th power. Okay, so you should have all of your examples written down. You should have this first slide and then 6 examples underneath. Your assignment tonight is a worksheet. You can show me your notes and I will give you your homework.